Welcome back to the Cryptid Spotlight Episode 3, and in this one we are investigating the Mothman. This creature first appeared in Point Pleasant, West Virginia on November 12, 1966. As the report states, two men were digging a grave when suddenly a man-like creature flew low over the trees and by their heads. 3 days later, two young couples were out driving near an area outside of town known to have at one time been an ammunition plant in World War II. While driving in the area which is known as TNT area, their headlights came upon a flying man with 10-foot wings and glowing red eyes. They said the creature followed them as they drove all the way up until they hit the town line. They also reported that they were driving as fast as 100 miles an hour, and the Mothman was able to keep up with them, flying just over the top of their car. One infamous sighting occurred on the same night as the two couples' sightings. A contractor named Newell Partridge was at home when his TV suddenly went black, and a strange pattern occurred on the screen. He heard a loud whining sound outside that fluctuated in pitch. When he walked outside, he saw his German Shepherd looking towards his barn. He took his flashlight and shined it in the same direction, and saw two bright red eyes looking back. He described the eyes lighting up almost like a bicycle reflector. His dog took off after the creature, and Mr. Partridge went inside to get his gun. Newell became too frightened to go back outside, and the next morning he found his dog was gone. There were reports that the couple that first reported the Mothman, not the two digging in the graves, but the ones in the car, that they reported they saw a dog laying on the road, and by the time they come back, it was gone. And so Newell, after reading that report, assumed that that was his dog. Soon, many other reports of sightings of the Mothman came forward. On December 15, 1967, the tragedy of the Silver Bridge collapse occurred, killing 46 people. Interestingly, from January to December, people reported seeing the Mothman hovering around the bridge. This gave way to the legend that the Mothman was actually a creature that was an omen who foretold of disaster, also seen as being a warning that it was going to happen. This theory recently came into play when a similar creature was spotted in New York City the same day that the Twin Towers fell on September 11th. Today, the Mothman is described as having huge bat-like wings, a barrel chest, large glowing red eyes, and an ear-piercing shriek. Some people claim that the cryptid has psychic abilities and can even feed off of energy from power lines. Other people view it as a mutant, while another group look at it as almost a watcher of mankind. Many research groups have tried to uncover or capture the Mothman, but all have come up unsuccessful. Most people feel that the creature actually lives in or around the many igloo-shaped munition storage bunkers that were left behind in World War II. Mothman got his name after the press conference with the original people who reported him. Press coined the name due to the popularity of Batman at the time. The town commissioned a 12-foot tall stainless steel statue of Mothman to be built, along with converting their old KFC building into a Mothman visitor center. The area where these landmarks reside was also renamed Mothman Park. Interestingly, this area is also home to another well-known cryptid, the Flatwoods Monster. There are many similarities between the two creatures, and some view them as possibly being one and the same. Also, there's reports that military have barricaded off sections of the road towards the TNT area on the same night that Mothman had been sighted. I couldn't find anything, but I remember hearing about it. While reported sightings have slowed in Point Pleasant, many other reports have occurred in areas all over the U.S. In 2006, a massive amount of sightings were reported in Mexico, Canada, England, Poland, Argentina, Brazil, and Russia. Oddly enough, and true to legend, the last sighting reported to police was in 2009 in Chihuahua, Mexico, where many townspeople encountered a tall creature with huge wings, and not long after, the swine flu pandemic hit. Normally I don't do this in my cryptid spotlights, but I thought it might be worth pointing out what science says the Mothman is. It is said to be either a sandhill crane or a barred owl. I have personally seen both these birds, and while fascinating, I don't agree. The crane has the height and the red eyes, but not the body mass. And the owl, while its face does resemble the Mothman, doesn't have the size, mass, or eye color. To me, it seems like it's just trying to find an answer to something like this. I mean, it possibly could be. And again, like I said, I normally don't add my opinion to this. I let that up to you. But I don't buy the crane or owl theory. So let me know what you think. But with that, I hope you enjoyed. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.